So welcome to the new Tony McKenzie relaunch, if you will. Evil Owl Studios, and there's the Evil Owl. I hope you like it. It's taken a while to do this place. Anyway, we're not here for this. Evil Owl Studios and the rest of it's coming up in other videos. Today we're going to be looking at a Glarry instrument. It's been sent to me by Glarry Instruments. That's the way they are, friendly people. But I didn't pay for it, but the fact is, this review is all about that guitar, and it looks pretty good too. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me, do all the things you should, the thumbs up and the rest of it, and let's get down to business. Well, here we are, today, with the Glarry GTL guitar. It's got a maple neck, and one of the great things about this guitar is it's such a great price. But the fact is, I like the finish on this one. It's a telecaster, sure, don't hold that against it. But if you look at the finish of this thing, it's fabulous close up. Maybe there'll be some pictures or not on screen. I wanted to show you this for the price you pay and what you get. If you're somebody who's starting out, what a great guitar. So what I want to do is go in a bit closer, as I always do, and let's have a good look at what you get, and then we can have a quick play and see what you think of that. It's all exciting. I don't know about you. Okay, here we are looking at the Glarry GTL electric guitar. A great device indeed. In fact, as far as lower cost guitars go, this is probably one of the best I've seen, and I'm not just saying that. The fact is, you can get this guitar in a number of different colours as well. You can get it in yellow, green, you can get it in black, blue, which is this one, and also there's a sunset from around this area, I guess. That's probably the logic to it. But in any case, yeah, very nice looking guitar, I think. By the way, the price of this guitar is just £79.99 in England, and that includes UK free shipping and includes 20% tax. Now for the rest of the world, you in America, it has a price of $119.99. If you're in American dollars, that is. So it's not a bad deal, is it? And I doubt you'll get anything that much better than this for that sort of money. I mean, you're looking at £79.99. So let's have a rundown of the guitar as it stands, as you see it, so to speak. Let's start off as we mean to continue. Well, this is a Telecaster style guitar. It's not actually a Telecaster guitar, of course, but it's got its place. You can see the overall shape of the body is a Telecaster style or similar. And this body's made of basswood. Now, one of the things about basswood is it isn't the older that is made on the other brands that are out there. The basswood is more common, shall I say, in maybe something like an Ibanez. I've got an Ibanez RG 550 Limited, and that has a basswood or basswood body. You'll notice on this one it's been finished very nicely, and it's got some other staining and things on there. Very nice overall. There's not a blemish on the finish quality. Well, looking at it, the next thing in line I would say is really the neck. Now this neck is a maple neck, and it's a maple fretboard as well. So it's a maple neck on a maple fretboard. It isn't carved out at the back, as you find some guitar necks where they fit the truss rod and things like that. This one has the top fitted to it. And again, it's another exercise that has to be done in manufacturing. If I look at the frets are all very smooth, right? There's nothing down this that's going to give you any problems whatsoever on the frets. The frets are, in fact, compared to the last Glarry guitar that I looked at, this one is, well, pretty awesome, I have to say. The neck itself, I would describe this as a medium neck, but it's a round profile at the back. What do they say? I don't think they actually tell you the profile. No, they don't. But it is a bolt-on maple neck, and it's a maple fretboard, just as I said. If you look further down here, we've got the typical Telecaster controls, and this is a three-way switch, by the way. Not a four-way or any of the other things that you might see. And there's no push-pull on it, it's just a regular Telecaster style guitar. Moving down the neck to the headstock, you'll find that the tuners are sealed tuners, and that's a good thing. The fact is that when you've got sealed tuners, they need no maintenance really, which is a really cool thing. If you buy a guitar like this and you're new to guitars, which is really, I guess, the primary market for this guitar, although I can tell you now, a few short upgrades on this one and this would be a pretty rocking guitar. If you're learning on this, it's important that you don't spend all day trying to fix silly things, and having tuners that don't need any specific adjustment is a good thing. You've also got down on the headstock side two string trees, pretty much like many of the Telecaster style guitars have. There's nothing suffering on this guitar. Pretty cool on the neck. I keep coming back to the neck because the nut width, by the way, is 1.656 inches. And the scale length is what you would expect. It's 25.5 inches, exactly the same scale length as a Fender Telecaster, for example. Now the neck around the back of this area here, it's fitted with 4 bolts, the usual sort of thing for a Telecaster style of guitar, and it's got a neck plate on there and a sort of rubbery shim, which is all very good. And the action on this one's actually pretty good. I did restring this guitar because I wanted to get some of the bits of plastic off and stuff like that it comes with. It's all protected. I did leave the plastic on this scratch plate or pick guard for now, but there it is. Yeah, pretty cool. Now you'll also note, if you look closely at this area here, this is such an old design, invented in sort of 1952 or 1951 or 1950, somewhere around that era. This area is very reminiscent of the original Fender bridge, and it adjusts in similar ways. You'll notice that for every 2 strings it's got 1 saddle, and on these saddles you can adjust the left and the right, so you get an up and down like this, sideways so to speak, and that's all fine and dandy, but it does limit the intonation of the guitar. Not that it matters, because all of these old style similar Telecasters are all pretty much sounding the same, and this one's, I can tell you already, is no different than any of the others. Been there, done that, checked it out, and it does sound pretty good for what it is. It's slightly toppy, but you're going to hear that a little bit later. On the pickups, I would guess that this one down here is a ceramic pickup, and so is this one. That's typical of what you would see on a guitar like this. I'm going to slide the end cover off just so I can show you the controls inside, because I think that's worth taking a look. Bear in mind, it's a low-cost guitar, but what we don't want is any shortcomings in these controls, because these are the things that wear. Now, taking a look inside this controls panel, you'll see 2 small type controls. That's not a problem, it's very common these days. And you also see one of these sort of PCB type switches. They're not quite as good as some of the others that are kicking around out there, but I'm sure you could fit one of the upgraded type of switches if you wanted to, maybe later on down the road, if you take to playing guitar okay. There's also a metal end plate here where you put your guitar wire. That's pretty useful, because on some of the plastic ones they snap off or crack or whatever, but this is a metal one, so designed to last. If we turn this over, you can see what I mean with this switch. They don't fail every 2 minutes, but they do fail. This one looks okay, looks pretty well put together, but that's just the point I would say, is that it's possible to upgrade all this and, put better quality switches in. Although these are fine for now, and they'll probably last a fair old amount of time. But it's just worth knowing that you can upgrade them easily. As I said earlier, we've got a 3-way switch. 1, 2 in the centre and 3 this way. When it's this way, it's this pickup. When it's in the centre, it's both pickups. And when it's this side, it's the neck pickup. All simple. We've got a volume and a tone. Nice, really. Telecasters, although they're not the commonest guitar in the world, the fact is that they have a pretty unique sound. And if ever you've heard of a guy like Roy Buchanan or anybody like that playing one of these, actually there's quite a lot of guys that play Telecasters, or did play Telecasters, and they were very, very good at what they did. Now if you do take a look at the sort of neck area and the frets, I hope you can see them from there, they really are well done on this guitar. On some of the guitars I've seen around, they were less than good, less than perfect by any standards. And you know, when you're buying a starter guitar or a low-end guitar, the last thing you want is a problem with these frets and or the neck. And you know, if these are going to dig into your hand as you play and things like that, that would be a really bad thing, because it'll put you off playing. Make no mistake about this, I've been there just like every other guitarist, and I'm telling you, these are one of the most important aspects of any guitar. The frets have to be right, and I'm pleased to say in this case I haven't found a single thing wrong with this guitar particularly. I think at best, if I was to look really close at it, I could say that, well, the nut at the top of the neck down there, well, it's slightly deeper than maybe it should be on some guitars, but I had no problem in playing this guitar, so I don't really see that as a problem. The thing is, the more I look at this guitar, the more I really like it, and I think for its £79, I think it's, honestly, it's excellent value. And listen, I could pay Glarry off for the price of the guitar, no problem whatsoever. But I think in this case, on this particular guitar that's been sent to me, I think it's an excellent guitar. It's really without fault. What can you say for the money? I've moved across a little bit because I just wanted to show you the headstock. You might have seen it on images earlier, but there it is. It's quite becoming of the style of guitar that it is. It isn't one of these ugly headstocks that you see, and there's a lot of them around. Good stuff. By the way, in the video, in the text below, you'll find there's a link to the Glarry site where you can go and have a look at the different colours and the different models and all the rest of it. It's really worth going and having a look. I'm not just saying that. I was quite surprised. But the best and most important thing about going to that website is this. Yes, you can buy it, and Glarry would want me to say that, I'm sure. But more important than that, as I scroll down here, I get past all the gump, and then what I do get is I get a pile of guys that have bought them. And when you look at this, when you look at the reviews that they get, and you're getting 4.5 out of 5. Now, to me, that's a very good score for a guitar of this style and price range. A lot of them aren't always so good. This one comes across as being absolutely awesome for its money. I have changed the strings, I have adjusted the string height up and down a little bit, but apart from that, well, really, I haven't done anything to it. And these guys on here are giving it a 4.5, literally a 4.5 out of 5. Well, on this one, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. That's my score. And the reason that's my score is because this is the first time, honestly, I've ever had a guitar in this price range that actually is good. It's hard to believe. I've seen so much gear, but this guitar, it's becoming of the value, let's put it that way. What price would I put it at? Well, I've bought guitars between £200 and £400, of which have not really been that much better than this one. And that says a lot, especially from a guy that's known to always have truthful reviews. I think that's important. Okay, well, I've shown you enough for you to understand that this guitar is pretty good quality for what it is, and as a learner's guitar it's excellent. By the way, it does come with some accessories. Let me just cover that for you. Yes, Glarry have seemed to add value in every place where they could, and while some of these components down here, these accessories, are not hyper expensive, the fact is that they're pretty good. They're just thrown in with the guitar, and I think that's cool. Well, what do you get? Well, you get a guitar strap and you get a pick, of all things. That's not bad. You get a guitar lead, and inside here are two little adjusters, so you can adjust the various bits on your guitar if you need to. You probably won't. And you get a case. Now, it's not a hard case or anything like that. It's not like me. But you can wear this on your back and you can put your guitar in it, and it'll at least give it a little bit of, well, a little bit of protection, if not a lot. And I think that, bearing in mind the price and what you're getting, that's a great addition as well. There's nothing not to like. It's basically that simple. Here we are in the Evil Owl Studios, and there's the owl at the back. By the way, I'm not into pentagrams in any way, but it just happened to be on the owl. That's how it gets its name. Fact is that this is the area where you're going to see lots of videos from me covering all sorts of subjects in the future. This has been one of them. It just happens to be the first one. I have a pile of equipment down on the floor there to do, and they'll be coming up soon. I do hope that you'll also subscribe and thumbs up to this video and the upcoming ones, because it costs me a lot of money to make these videos in the first place. And you know, the fact is that, well, I could stop making them and then you can just listen to the diatribe of some of those other reviewers that are not always so great. That's my opinion, but maybe you'll agree when you won't. And don't forget, you can always go to www.tonymckenzie.com, where it's a website that I've had for a lot of years. I haven't updated it in a while. It's true to say that. The studio's taken me months of work to get to where I am now, and there will be a video coming up on that. I'm sure you'll really appreciate that when you get to see it and everything that's been done in here. So the playing's going to be coming up. There's nothing flash about it. I'm just going to play a few chords and things like that. I might try and get my grandson Levi over. Yeah, he's got to be taught how to play cleaner. Being what he is, a metaler type of guy, well, you get what you get with him. And I might give it a whirl, although I hadn't played for a while and I get trouble with my wrists a lot these days. But that's okay. In any case, it's great to see you guys. I haven't been around for a while, I'm sorry about that. But do go and check these out. The link's down in the text, like I said. Definitely worth checking out, even if you use this, if you're already an accomplished guitarist and you use this one as a sort of, what I'd call a knock around for on stage or in a studio like this. It's definitely worth taking a look at, and it's relatively easy to upgrade these, so definitely a good choice on this occasion. Playing's coming up now, like I said. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.